Hey guys, Lizardlea here for more Tiny Stockings. Happy holidays! I had to look at it because I've already forgotten what I'm planning on doing. This one. Oh my gosh, and it focused! I'm so proud!
Good on it.
I'm going to start listening to Battleground by Jim Butcher, so I'm very excited.
I'm being happy.
You're weird.
I'm not weird.
Yeah, you are.
Perfectly normal.
You're so weird.
Alrighty, so I did this one at 4 times the speed, so it's still not the fastest I've ever sped up a video before, but I just, I want to say, I just did the editing. I want to say it was almost 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, somewhere around there, so it was just like, there was no way I was going to do this one in real time. That's just too long. Okay, continuing with the questions. 26 was last, so 27. Mansion in the suburbs or cabin in the mountains? Okay, wait. The suburbs. That's where it's really crowded, right? I don't know. I actually have to Google this. Hold on. Suburbs. If I knew how to spell it, maybe. Suburbs. There we go. An outlying district of a city, especially a residential one, a highly respectable suburb of Chicago. What does it mean? Okay. A residential district located on the outskirts of a skitty. Of a skitty? That's a Pokemon. Of a city. Okay, I like the suburbs then. I don't want to be in the middle of all the hubbub, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, I think I'm going to have to go with mansion in the suburbs. I'd totally be down for cabin in the mountains, or in the woods, whatever. Cabins are nice. But, okay, well, am I assuming in either scenario that I am, like, a billionaire? No, I think I'm still going to have to go with mansion in the suburbs, just because, like, then my friends would be able to come over and hang over, and hang out and whatever. Hangover. What am I saying? I'm not speaking English, or I am, but I don't know what words are, and I don't know how to piece them together properly. If I have a mansion in the suburbs, my friends will be able to come over regularly, and we'll be able to have fun. If I have a cabin in the mountains, it would be a really long drive to come and visit us, or the opposite of us going to visit them. And, it's, yeah. Nobody really wants to drive really, really far. Like, especially if you want to see your friends every weekend. Like, half an hour to 45 minutes, not so bad. But when it gets, like, an hour and a half to more, you're just kind of like, I'm going to spend more time driving to and from your place than I am actually hanging out with you. And that's just sad, So, yeah. Okay, 28. City or country? Honestly, I'm kind of fine with either. I always preferred country growing up just because cities are just so busy and it's, yeah. But, like being in Vegas prior to COVID, if I wanted to go and have donuts at like 2 in the morning, I could. I don't recall ever doing that because I've always been a morning person. But, that means if I get up at 6 in the morning, places are open and I can do things. Versus other places, they're not going to open until 8 or 9 or later. Sometimes later, especially on the weekends. So, yeah, I think they both have their positive and negatives. Like, in the country, I feel like you get to know your neighbors better. But you know everybody in the neighborhood. And so if there's ever drama, everybody hears about it. And I'm not a fan of gossips. Like, I listen, but it's not my jam. I've never been excited to hear, like, oh, this person's going through a rough patch. Like, if anything, I'll go over and talk to her and be like, hey, are you doing all right? I heard some stuff happened. Like, I don't, yeah. I get my gossip stuff from like TV. I started watching the latest season of Grey's Anatomy yesterday on Hulu, and it was really interesting to see that they've adopted COVID into their world now, which was kind of odd in a way because it was like it felt like it hit them very suddenly overnight, which I guess is essentially what happened. But they did sprinkle in, moments where it's like, oh yeah, it's been a few weeks since the season finale prior, and that's when it started. Because we were just literally dropped in, and people were already talking about COVID. And yeah, sorry, David does not watch Grey's Anatomy, but if you guys would like me to talk about it, I'm a fan. Okay. 29. Charming or genuine? I'm gonna have to go genuine. Unless you are genuinely charming. Like, if you're just acting charming, I don't... No, I'm not big on that. Like, yeah, okay, with David, I want my parents to like him. So, I want him to be charming, but I want him to be himself. And I like him for who he is, and I know they like him for who he is. So, genuine. I have to go genuine every time, because putting on a mask and pretending to be what you think someone else wants you to be, I don't know, it makes me sad. I feel like people should like you for who you are, and if they don't, you shouldn't worry about what they think. You shouldn't try to be their friend, because it's just faking it just isn't... I don't know. I've never liked that. I never fit in with the popular girls, and I never wanted to, because it's like, I'm not like them. I was never like them, and I didn't want to be, and I still don't want to be. I don't want to be those girls who, talk behind someone else's back. I mean, like, for Mean Girls. Oh, I love your bracelet. Where did you get it? And then you go and tell your friends, like, oh yeah, I hated it. That was a piece of junk. Like, no. Don't give out fake compliments. If I compliment someone, it's because I genuinely mean it. And I feel like I have to say something because I want them to know that I like whatever it is they have, however they look. I want them to know that. I want to be genuine. I want to be who I am. I'm not gonna lie and tell you I like something unless I know you are the kind of person who will get upset if I tell you the truth. If you ask me, like, oh, do I look fat in this? And I think you do, and I say something and you get all upset, like, oh, you're calling me fat, I will never give you my opinion again. Because you should, I think you should not ask for someone else's opinion unless you are willing to hear the honest to God truth. Now, I don't think they should be like, wow, yeah, you look bloated. You look so fat. Like, that's mean. That is mean. But if you tell them, like, yeah, it doesn't look good with your body, or, like, it does not complement your shape. Yeah, that's being honest. And, if that leads you to a dress that freaking looks bomb on you, that's for the better, in my opinion. But if you get butthurt over being told the truth, you're just going to spend the rest of the day upset and acting like a brat, and I can't stand people like that. So, yeah. Yeah. 30. Toilet paper, over or under? Over. Over every single time. That's all I gotta say. 31. Cups in the cupboard, right side up or upside down? I've always done upside down. I don't know if that's like a, if you leave them right side up, they'll collect dust. Although, I mean, upside down, unless you clean the bottom of the cupboard regularly, they're gonna get dirty on the edges where you put your lips and drink. So you're gonna, unless you keep the cupboard clean, it's gonna be an issue either way. But yeah, I've always done upside down. So, like, you stack them upside down and you just pop them in there. I don't know. 32. Wet or dry? Dry? I don't know what this is essentially asking me. Let's see. Just let everyone else figure out what situation you're thinking of. Oh, Okay, well, when things are damp or wet, it prone to mold. So I don't want to be wet for extended periods of time. Like after the shower, I immediately dry off. I dry off in the shower. Like I dry off in the tub. Like I don't take baths, so it depends on what kind of shower I'm in. But like I'll turn off the water, I'll get the towel, and I will dry off before I open the door and get out, cuz I don't want to get water all over the floor. I don't like that. It drives me crazy. Um and when, like when you're in the pool or the shower for too long and your fingers start to get pruny, that is one of the worst feelings to me. I hate how my skin feels when it's pruny like that. It's just, oh, I hate it. Yeah. 33. Smile or game face? Smile. Like, even when I'm playing like a competitive game, I still want to just have fun. So, smiling. Absolutely. 34. Skippy. Abs or chest? Chest. Yeah, abs, I'm not against them, but I'm not necessarily for them, if that really makes sense. I don't care that much. Like, my opinion is, I think there is a point when someone is too muscular and it just starts to creep me out. So, and I don't think that's at abs. I think it's past abs. But then it just depends on the person, because sometimes if you focus only on your abs, whatever, if you focus on your whole body and you're in one of those bodybuilding competitions, that those bodies scare me just because, like, I'm like, they could crush me if they hugged me, and that's terrifying. 35. Lust or love? Love. Because, let's see. Oh, it says both is not an option, people. I think either one can lead to the other. Like, you can be in lust with someone and then realize you love them. And you can be in love with someone and realize, like, yes, you are also attracted to them in other ways. So, yeah. 36. Weird or normal? Weird. Absolutely weird. I like people who can make me laugh, and the best way to do that is to be dorky and not be normal. Because, like, when I think normal, I think just bland and boring. And that's not fun to me. So, weird. 110%. 37. Elmo or Ernie? I always preferred Elmo growing up. I don't really know who I prefer now because I don't watch Sesame Street. But my favorites were Cookie Monster, obviously, because he was great. Oscar the Grouch, because he was always really fun. Who else did I really like? I liked the Count. He was really fun. Who else? Oh. There's a monster at the end of this book. The blue one. Oh my gosh, what was his name? Crap. I can't remember his name. No. I have to Google it again. I'm so sorry. Hopefully Cookie Monster doesn't come up if I type in Blue Muppet. Blue Muppet. Although if I just type in there's a monster at the end of this book, I'm sure he'll come up. Grover. I really liked Grover. Mostly from his books rather than how he was on the show. But I still really liked him. And of course I like him now because he's blue. 38. Slacker or overachiever? Overachiever. Like when it comes to work, when it comes to my own projects, I want to go above and beyond. I want to do well. I'll slack off sometimes, but once I get my like 5 minutes of slacking off, I'm right back to it. So, and then I also prefer overachievers because that's just my personality type. Slackers annoy me. That's why I always hated group projects, because there was always at least one slacker in the group, and I freaking hated that person. 39. Truth or dare? Generally, I went with truth, I think. But in my friend group, we didn't do like mean dares or mean truths or anything like that. So we would generally switch off, like, oh, we do two truths and then a dare, or three dares and then another truth. And like, it was fine. Versus if I was with a group of girls that I know like did not like me, I don't know if I'd be comfortable doing either. Like, yeah. 40, stop or go. Go? I mean, what kind of question is this? It all depends on what's stopping and who's going, right? What? I still don't understand this question. I mean, I guess one is like stop and enjoy the flowers versus other is just keep going. I don't know. I love stopping and enjoying things. Like, I love traveling, but the idea of traveling is that you're going. You're not just like staying at the hotel. So, gonna have to keep going with going. 41, hidden or discovered? Discovered. How can you enjoy something that's hidden? What? These questions are weird. I don't get it. Are we playing hide and seek here? Oh, do I want to be the hider or do I want to be the seeker? I like hiding. Weird. 42, touch or taste? Touch. Because I know if you don't have a sense of touch, you are like just constantly in danger. Like, you could bump into something without realizing it, and it could get bad. Like, So I'd still be able to cross stitch because I'd be able to touch. And if I couldn't feel, where my finger is and the needle is, I could stab myself, and it could be really bad. So no. Like, when I first was cross stitching in first grade, I would hold a hoop in my left hand and I would stitch with my right, and I would constantly flip it over, like, just constantly. So I never stabbed myself when I was really, really young. Once I realized, like, I can stitch and just look at one side, it went a lot better. Or faster, whatever. But without the sense of taste, I would just constantly eat foods that are healthy for me. I wouldn't be eating junk food anymore because I wouldn't be able to taste it. And yeah, that sucks, but I'd be healthier. And still cross-stitching, so that's what matters. 43, younger or older? I always wanted a man older than me, because, like, boys are so immature. And David is older than me. Not by a lot, but he is older. And I'm still okay with this. I don't want to go so much older that it's just, like, people make assumptions that I'm, like, a gold digger or something. Or, just waiting for him to die. I mean, if you are genuinely attracted to someone that is significantly older than you, there you go. Now, you know what? I don't want to discuss the opposite way. No. I am into older guys. We'll leave it at that. 44, alone or in a crowd? Personally, I'd rather be alone. Being in a crowd just makes me nervous. There's a lot of people, and it's hard to understand what people are saying. It's hard to have a genuine conversation because there's just so many people around. So, yeah, alone. 45, real or artificial? Real? What? Like, literally, the thing that came to my mind was a real apple or a plastic one. And I was like, I'm not going to eat a plastic one, so I want a real apple. Let's see. It could be a philosophical question, or you may just be asking if the waiter's got a toupee. I see. Weird. We're moving on. Okay. Although I feel like that kind of ties into the question of, what was the question from before? I literally remembered it, and then I literally forgot. Genuine or, what was the other word? No, it wasn't flatterer. Charmer or genuine. I feel like that's along with this, where genuine is real and charmer is artificial. So, yeah, I'm sticking to my guns. 46. Call or text. Personally, I prefer text messages. Like, I have horrible hearing, so I'm always hearing things wrong. I can't hear things wrong in a text message. Like, yeah, okay, maybe I won't get that you're being sarcastic, but if you have my phone number, you probably realize my sense of humor, and I probably realize yours, so I'm probably going to realize when you're teasing and being sarcastic and when you're not. So, like, I know David prefers call because he feels like it does, it goes so much faster. But I don't know. I don't like talking on the phone. It makes my ear hurt eventually because I have to have the phone really loud and close to my ear so that I can hear them. And then I still sometimes misunderstand. So, yeah. 47. Facebook or Twitter? Facebook. Yeah, like I have a Twitter and it's like linked to my Instagram, which I need to start posting my Christmas things on there. I was waiting until I finished so that if one of my coworkers stumbled on it, they wouldn't have it spoiled, but I realize now that it's 2 months past. I'm so bad. Or at least a month and a half, because December 25th. My bad. But, yeah, I don't use Twitter other than to just have it post the things from my Instagram. I don't know, I feel like Twitter is a very negative place. Like, yes, there are some positive things on there, but the things that always wind up on the news are generally negative, and I'm not a fan. So, 48. While walking, music or podcasts? I'm a music person personally. I like music and audiobooks. Podcasts have never really been my jam, but I don't know. I've never really given one a shot. Like, I've had people recommend some to me, and I'll research it a little, and I'm like, eh. So, I don't know. I guess I just need to find one that is of a subject that really interests me. Because so far, I just haven't found one. Excuse me. 49. Swimming or sunbathing? Swimming. I don't bathe in the sun because I just burn in the sun, and sunburning does not sound fun at all. However, I will be doing that whether I am swimming or just laying on the beach. So 50. Big party or small gathering? I've already discussed this. Small gathering. 51. Skirt or pants? Pants. I have fat thighs that rub against each other, and that is incredibly painful. So, when I have to wear a skirt or a dress, like, I'll either wear, like, Spanx underneath so that my legs don't chafe, or, like, I have put deodorant on my thighs, and that only lasts for so long, alright? And it just, I like skirts. I like how I look in them. I like how I feel in them prior to the thigh chafing. But like, if I'm walking around a lot, it gets painful and it sucks. It's not fun. 52. Classical art or modern art? Modern art, I guess. I mean, honestly, it just depends. So, like, if we're talking about music, modern. If we're talking about, like, art from a museum, I'd rather see classical art. So, I guess it just depends on the medium. 53. Fast food or sit-down restaurant? I like both, honestly. Like, it would depend on the occasion for me. If literally I just want food and I'm just really hungry, I'll go for fast food. It's fine. If David and I want to go and hang out and talk, sit-down restaurant, because then we can sit down and enjoy ourselves and talk. Like, yeah, you can talk when you sit down at a fast food restaurant, but it's not the same. Like, you don't get courses, you just get everything at once. So, you tend to get out faster. But I'll eat the food at either place. I don't care. I will be very cheap. 54, heels or flats? Oh, flats. Flats all the way. Heels hurt. Like, yes, okay. They make your butt look great. But they hurt, and they're not good for your feet. It's not good for your posture, and blah, 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 blah. So, flats. I like to be comfortable. 55, curly or straight? I love, like, the right in between. Like, wavy. I love when someone has, like, what is it called? Beach waves. Oh, so gorgeous. But honestly, I do like both. I love curly hair, and I love straight hair. I love hair. What can I say? Yeah, you know what? I'll just leave it at that. Hair is great. 56, spring or fall? In the US, fall. In Japan, spring. Okay, so no. In Japan, spring. Everywhere else, fall. Because sakura blossoms are my favorite trees. And when they bloom, they are just the most beautiful thing. Like, pictures do not do justice to when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. They really don't. It's so gorgeous. 57, online or at the mall? Online. I'm not really big on shopping, especially for clothes. I hate clothes shopping. Like, every time I have to buy new things, like buy new shirts, because my old ones are getting holes in them or whatever. It's like, no, I want to keep the shirts that I have. And I hate trying on clothes, because if they don't fit the first time, I'm just immediately like, I ruined everything. 58, credit card or cash? Credit card. I'm too lazy for cash. 59, sofa or love seat? I feel like this is very similar to couch or recliner. I'm gonna go with sofa, just because there's more space. Right? Yeah, because a love seat is just 2 seats, versus a sofa can be more. Right? I don't know, I'm picking a couch. Moving on. If it'll load. There we go. 60, cardio or weights? I like walking. That's cardio. So, I guess cardio? 61, mobile games or console games? I'm gonna have to go with console games. Specifically, like the Nintendo 64. And the Wii. Yeah. Like, what mobile games do I have? Oh, I don't think I have any of them on my phone. I don't really play any on my phone. I play them on my iPad. I have Flow Free, which is just connecting colored dots in a maze, which is really fun. I don't play it really much anymore, but I had Yu-Gi-Oh! Something. I don't see it anymore. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Generation. They're not updating it anymore, so it's not the same. Oh, Heads Up is fun. I do not support Ellen DeGeneres anymore after learning that she is not nice, but the game is still fun. I have Ace Attorney. I've played the first game, but I don't think I've actually finished the final court case. Did I even start it? I don't even remember, you guys. I have Mario Run on here. Mario Run is really fun. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really do very many games here. My bad. That's all.
And that is the end of Happy Holidays from more Tiny Stockings. I got 1 hour and 53 minutes of footage. There were a ton of French knots, so that was where most of the time went. Cute. I like it. Why are you laughing at me? You're laughing.
Things are fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, and it is now way too dark for me to continue, so that's it for today. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video.